Hello, this is Miguel Ibarra presenting Aikido street self-defense techniques. Single lapel grab, shihonagi. The attacker grabs your shirt, throws a punch, strike, deflect his arm across your front and apply a shihonagi arm lock. As you drive the uke down towards the floor, the shihonagi can result in a dislocated elbow and shoulder. Double hand choke, strike, and apply a kotagash, wrist turn. Double hand choke, kotagash. All defenses for the street should always be preceded by some type of strike or distraction. The attacker applies a choke, grab his arm, strike to the solar plex, and execute a kotagash or wrist turn. Apply pressure to his elbow, bring him to the face, and control the attacker on the floor. Double wrist attack from the front. You respond with a reverse kotagash or reverse wrist lock. Raise your hands, grab, kick, apply the wrist turn. Again, bring the attacker to his face and control. The attacker throws a front kick, you deflect it, and throw him with a leg reap. Deflect, control, reap his leg from under him. Deflect the kick as you step to the side. Control his leg. Reap his supporting leg right from underneath him. Side kick. Deflect it. Step to the side. Slip your hand between the attacker's legs. Grab the groin, lift him, and throw him onto his face. You lift the attacker by grabbing the groin and lifting him up, and then dropping him to his face. Roundhouse kick. Drop to one knee. Protect your head. Pull on Uke's supporting ankle as you drive him backwards. Take care to raise your left hand up to protect yourself. Draw the supporting ankle and push the Uke back onto the floor and strike. Drop quickly beneath the kick. Left-right combination. You block and throw the attacker with a hip throw. As you wrap your arm around the attacker's head for the throw, you are striking him with your forearm. Block, block, strike, grab around the neck, throw him over your hip. Upper chest grab, strike to the sides, knee to the groin, pick up the attacker, throw him over your hip. Once you throw him, kick him, drop back, placing his arm in an R-bar across your inner thigh. Notice the positioning of my feet for the armbar. Pressure is being applied to the throat as well as the elbow. charging attack. As the attacker charges, grab his neck, fall back, and roll over him onto his stomach. Maintain your grip on his neck and break. It's extremely important that you maintain the attacker's motion forward so that you can fall back and follow through with his momentum. Roll over, maintain the neck control, and defend. The attacker throws a right punch. You block, strike, reach for his opposite arm and place it in an arm lock. The arm lock is quick and is applied by using your forearm. Lock, strike, circle his arm around the elbow and apply the lock. Attacker grabs you with a cross wrist grab. Turn, kick, and apply a wrist lock. Wrist lock is applied quickly and firmly. The attacker attacks with a headlock. As he draws your head down, you step through with your arm and your leg between his legs. Drop on your back and throw the attacker over your shoulder. Drive through his legs. As you drive your arm and your leg between his legs, you strike his groin, thereby giving him a lift as you throw him back over your shoulder. Attacker attacks with a headlock again. Strike the groin, remove the arm, and apply an elbow lock. As the attacker begins to apply pressure, you should be striking. You should not wait until the attacker has you in a full headlock. As soon as he starts to place you in the headlock position, you start your strikes and defending yourself. Rear chest grab. Strike with the elbow and throw him with a shoulder throw. He grabs, you strike. Pick up and throw. As you're striking, you lower your hips so that you can pick up the attacker with your hips and your legs and pull him forward for the throw. The throw should not be accomplished by using strength of the arms alone. Guy grabs you in a full Nelson just before he locks it in. Just before he locks it in, you trap his arms, step forward a little bit, and project him over your hips. Again, do not allow the attacker to apply the full half Nelson. Rear choke, turn, strike with a back fist, and apply a wrist turn. You turn in towards the attacker. You strike with a back fist to his ribs. Grab his hand and throw him. For street purposes, the wrist turn is done in a snapping motion. neck grab. Step to your rear and around the attacker's leading foot. Unbalance him to his rear and throw him back. As the attacker grabs you, step to the rear and around his leading foot. Drive him back. Once you've driven the attacker to the ground, control his arm and apply a finishing technique. The attacker grabs you around the neck and pulls you back fully. You drop back with him onto your knees and turn in a circle, throwing him over your shoulders. Pulls you back, drop to your knees, throw him over your shoulder. The left hand should be placed on the ground to prevent your head from hitting the floor as you're throwing the attacker over your shoulders. This technique depends on movement. As you're sitting, the attacker grabs your lapel. You strike, grab his arm, and apply a wrist lock. You stop the attacker's left roundhouse punch by striking him and quickly applying the wrist lock. The attacker now grabs your wrist and attempts a punch. Block the punch. Raise yourself from the seat as you lock out his elbow and wrist. Pressure is applied from your hips through his wrist and elbow towards the shoulder. The attacker throws a roundhouse punch. You block it, step underneath the arm, and by applying pressure on his elbow, you drive his head into the chair. Block, strike, apply pressure on the elbow, and face smash to the chair. The attacker attacks with a straight punch to the face. You deflect it, let it go by, change your direction, and apply a wrist turn. As you deflect it, you turn into the attack, then you reverse your direction, strike, and apply the wrist turn. Deflect the attack, turn into it, reverse the direction, and apply the wrist turn. The attacker grabs your hair and pulls you forward. You strike, step underneath his arm, and apply a wrist lock. Pull you forward, strike, step in and underneath his arm, apply the wrist lock, drive him to the ground. The attacker tries to attack you from overhead. Deflect the attack and apply a choke. As you sit back into the chair, bring the attacker's body into you. Brace him against your own body and apply the choke. Deflect. Arm around the neck. Bring him down. Brace him and choke. This concludes the Aikidzücü Street Self-Defense Volume 1.